Here we are back in the main drag of Woodinville, kind of the city. So these are some of the areas that we looked at before, but I'm just trying to show again, give a different perspective. Sometimes we have a different angle on the shops and the streets and so forth. So this is where we didn't go before, just seeing more retail, the Subway, the UPS store, the dentist, Value Village, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and this is Woodinville Duval Road. So what we're seeing a lot of is kind of centralized shopping, you know, a couple of blocks of that touristy wine tasting area and then back to the rural agricultural field, or a couple of blocks of stores, you know, all the places where you would run errands and where you would go if you really lived here, not the touristy area. And then off of those main drags, we're getting back into the residential area. This part doesn't feel as agricultural because we're up in the hills, so we have a lot of trees and that type of a thing. Down there, some shops, another main drag here. Woodinville Duval Road. And we're going up toward some of the more expensive homes. I actually have friends that live out here in the area where they had done a street of dreams. So back when I was a kid, the builders would go someplace out in the countryside, seemingly very far away from where I lived. And my parents would always drag me to these things. And and the idea was that they would develop 5 or 10 luxury homes, each one being built by a different builder, and they were really like top end, luxurious. Like, oh, I could imagine one of the professional football players from the Seahawks buying this place, and it would have like a pool and a cabana and all sorts of like 10 bedrooms and a wine cellar and a hidden man cave, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. So that's the type of thing that they would build, and then they would have this big tour of people where they would actually have like shuttle buses, and you'd park at the local school, and then they'd have people to drive you to the development. So right now we're going to these new construction homes. This is Countrywood homes, and they're all sold out, but we can just sort of drive by and get a feel for what they are like, and you know, you can see where they're located and that type of a thing. So they're putting in these trees. These are going to get big maple trees here. And a lot of times with new construction, they buy the lots in areas where land is cheap. So you might be next door to something more modest or even something run down, even though you're going to be living in a fancy $3 million new construction type of house. So I don't know how much these are, but the lots tend to be pretty small. It's hard for builders to really put you on a big piece of land. They'd rather buy that land and put 10 people on rather than one. But if you do want a big land, then you can do a spec home where you buy something old and then knock it down and redevelop it. So I do think that this one was listed for $3 million. You can see there's like a regular development over there, and then the big, you know, 3,000, 4,000 square foot, 3-car garage. new construction types of homes here. Very nice, very nice.